In an effort to further explore the wonderful rivers of the city of Ulsan, I've decided to find another river, which I did. I found another river. I don't remember the name of the damn thing, but it's further down south, and I'm going to get out on that today, and that's going to spit me out straight into Jinnah Beach. That's where I'm going to end up. Problem is, it starts under a bridge, and I don't know how I'm gonna get back. But basically, this river, I wasn't sure because looking at the map, you know, there's a bit of a lake or reservoir, and then it runs along the blue line. That's the river. It runs along, but there are some parts here of the river that are quite likely not accessible, or they're just puddles. And so I decided to come down here. Actually, I was going to go further down. This was my destination right here where the red dot is. So I'm way up on the river, and I hope that these parts here will not make me have to go through puddles, and I fear that they might be just that, just puddles. But this stretch of the river right here is looks like a nice deep stretch, and then once I get here I should be scot-free or home free. Actually, not entirely. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to check it out. But in any case, this river should take me down all the way to Jinnah Beach right here, and that is my usual Taehwa River venture is right here. That takes me over here. So that's the plan for today. I don't know. I'm gonna see, but I get the feeling that I'm gonna have to be walking a big chunk of the river is going to be walking. But my goal was to get up at 4, which I did, be out of the house by 5, which I was, and be on the river by 5:30, which I'm not. I'm running a little bit late right now. It's like 5:35, so it's not bad, but it's gonna take me about 20 minutes. So I'll be out on the river by 6. The board is pumped. I'm pumped after all the pumping. I got a banana and a half to scrounge. And then I'm off. It's 10 to 6. Sunrise. Actually, the sunrise at 5, quarter after 5. But the ball of fire is rising just now above the horizon, or from beyond the clouds. Why don't you come with me on this journey down this river that I haven't really chartered yet? The uncharted waters of Ulsan. Come join me and see how this adventure goes down this river, which name I don't know, but which is going to spit me out into the sea. I'll be going into the sea down this river at Jinnah Beach. Hot. Still relevant. Hot diggity. And just like that, ready to go. Check it out. I mean, nothing to check out. Let's just go. Part of the river is not looking great, man. It's the back fin is dragging on the ground, which is, well, I can take the back fin off, or the long fin. There are 3 fins on the board, but the main one is the one that helps you steer. That's the long one, and that's the one that drags on the ground quite often if it's not deep enough. Right now it's a bit dragging, but the water is getting a little deeper here. The bridge wasn't great. I gotta secure this board to my ankle. So far, not too great. It's very shallow, it's very shallow. I'm only a couple of meters away from the bridge and scraping on the bottom of the thing. I'm gonna try to get myself out there a little bit more and see if that helps. Yeah, man. A little bit further away from the bridge, and the water is deep enough. I can stand up and float. I don't know how deep it is, but it is quite deep. It's looking pretty dark, so that's nice. But yeah, baby, we're in a new fresh stretch of water. How awesome is this? There's a highway behind me, and there's the open river ahead of me. We'll see for how long that's going to be open before I have to scramble off the board again and start walking, because it's gonna get shallow. It's gonna get shallow. But for now, look at this. Beautiful. It is very noisy though, because I'm like right next to the highway. So let's freaking head on down the river and get out of this noise. So I've just passed the bridge, past that little turnaround. It's a little quieter. There's a first obstacle right ahead. I have no idea what to expect. I reckon there is probably like a big chunk of concrete slab, and that's what gives me this relatively workable level of water. And beyond that, it's just going to be marsh, which means I'm going to be walking for some time. Quite possibly, that's what I foresee. Yep, just as I feared. Shit. There's a bit of a waterfall here, water drainage. Pretty much marshy over there. There's some kind of water body. I don't think any of this is like swimmable. Damn it. That's a major problem. So I'm gonna have to get the board over on that side and go through all the algae, and hopefully maybe there is a bit of a river. I gotta check the map. I gotta check Google. Check Google and see if there's, I don't know. It looks like I can take the water down on that side. Yep, so it looks like my only chance of survival is that thin little strip of water on the right hand side, or left hand side rather, on the screen, and that's pretty lengthy. So I gotta get all the way down to my original location, or the original destination that I was aiming for. That's a long stretch. Oh, bollocks. Oh well, I'm committed, so I guess that's gonna take me a couple of hours probably to get there. Let's go, no point in wasting time. The day ain't getting any younger, let me tell you. Well, it looks like I'm just walking. I managed to get over that dam, and this is what I'm faced with basically. It's just walking time. The board, even the front, is getting stuck on the rocks. Shit, it's a little creek. Very nice, but not very board friendly. I don't even know if I can make it through there. I think beyond those bushes, if there's a little bit of a bit more action, but I gotta get my ass across this here. So I think if I took off the long fin, I could float through some parts of this little creek. Maybe that's the way to go. Yeah, that'll work. I don't need a lot of maneuvering on this part of the creek, so without the back fin, without the long fin, it's just complete disaster. But I can get across these little parts here, so that's nice. Not for long though, because there are obviously things on the way, like this little thing. Okay, back to carrying it. Alright, this works. Go past these. Maybe even the long fin might work. I'm not gonna pull it out right now, but okay, we're moving. Not too horrible. That's a fish. This is fun. Oh yeah, look at that. Open river. is it here? Yeah, it's deep enough. I could totally put on the long fin. I could totally put on the long fin, but I won't because there's a chance that I'm gonna get stuck further on over there. So there's a rock coming up right here. Wow! Oh shit! Yeah, without the long fin, I've got too much maneuverability. It doesn't keep the board stable at all. Anyway, very nice. Struggling. Definitely struggling. Without the additional weight, the board managed to get over the... Whoa, big fish. Whoa, big fish. Whoa, big fish. Good fishing here. See, I get stuck on the rocks here. Without me, the board can get over them quite easily. Lots of bugs. Mosquitoes and shit. Without me, the board can get over these parts of the river easily enough. If I get on it, obviously that ain't happening. See, it's floating. Gets stuck occasionally. But if I'm not on it, it does pretty well. I got seaweed stuck to my leg. So it's walking for me through this neighborhood. I don't know what neighborhood that is. No idea. Whoa. Leaves or little fish? Maybe leaves. Okay. Maybe we'll get a little break past this little collection of debris. It looks like there's another dam up ahead. That's probably where the proper river picks up again, and that's probably also the place I was initially gunning for before deciding to go a little bit sooner. Not a dam, just the side of the road. At least I don't think it's a dam. So I gotta snake my way through here, find some water deep enough past this little pool that allowed me to float on. I still haven't put my board on, or my fin, the long fin on. Obviously. That's gonna be another snag. Ooh, lots of fish. Yep. If it wasn't for these big rocks, this would be a very nice going. Look at that. If it wasn't for those big rocks, man, this would be perfect. Paddle boarding. What an adventure. Adventure! Another rock. Check it out. Yeah. I think I just saw a deer. We went jumping. Something jumped in the bushes. It was big, so I assume it's a deer or some other large animal. Which would be odd, because I mean, what other large animals are there in Korea? In the bushes, near neighborhoods. Probably a deer, but it looks like I'm coming up on some decent stretch of water. Won't be pulling out my back fin just yet, but we're gonna be careful. The rock's slippery. The board is doing its thing. The only thing that's stopping it is my strap. Go. Go. Do your thing, board. Be aboard, board. Oh, slippery rocks. Alright, it's deep here. I'm still not at the place that I wanted to be initially, so I still have a bit of a stretch of water. I don't know, this stretch is looking okay, but the rest of it, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. This part reminds me of my very first trip down the Taehwa River, man. It's just walking, like I'm literally just dragging the board because there's nothing else I can do. It's just too shallow over here. I'm still fair way away from where I wanted to start initially, where I should have started initially. So, I mean, as nice as this is, the whole part of dragging your board along the water kind of defeats the purpose of bringing the board on the water. You use it as a SUP. In any case, there's a granny looking at me stunned. Like, what is this dude doing? Who is this anomaly? There's a couple of old grandpas over there. So it's an older neighborhood here, it looks like, because it's essentially in the countryside. It's really nice. Well, aside from the factories here, whatever, processing plants. I've been at it for like 50 minutes now, 49 minutes. Rocks. Gotta be careful I don't puncture the board, because that will suck. Some parts are swimmable, and this one a little deeper, but I'm gonna get stuck over there, that's for sure. Luck may be shining on me. This may be open waters, hopefully, past these little shallows. And that's going straight into the boonies, away from this mini city. Hopefully that's going to be a bit of a open water season here. And I think I might feel inclined to put the fin back on. I don't know, I'm feeling confident. Let's put it back on. I actually had to paddle back a little bit because that part is too deep to stand. Yeah, baby, we're back in deep waters. I'm pretty confident that this is going to be it from now on. We're good to go. Or I'm good to go. But thanks for watching me. I'm glad you joined me on this adventure. Let's continue to explore all the way to the sea of Korean Sea, the East Sea, into Gina Beach. Look at this little canal. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's deep enough. I can see the bottom, but it's deep enough. Oh, this is gorgeous. There's no traffic sounds. A little bit in the back. Look how beautiful this is. I think I just creamed myself, literally. 360. 360, baby. Fish jumping. Oh, this is orgasmic. My God, I'm so happy. This is absolutely gorgeous. What a trip. What a trip. Oh, my goodness. This is so good. You realize how the camera is like back and forth. I'm not actually just floating, I'm adjusting the camera as I go, but that's just to give you the sensation, to share the sensation with you of what it's like to be on the river. The experience that I'm experiencing, I want to share that with you, and the feeling that I'm getting. Traffic is back. There is a fishing rod piked. There is a tent over there. Check it out. See that little tree? There is a little tent. There's a fishing rod right there. Somebody's perched. I don't see the dude. Maybe he's sleeping. God, it's so nice here. Cuckoo is right, little bird. Cuckoo is right. Well, there's this now. I gotta overcome. 안녕하세요. And once I'm past that, I guess it's gonna be okay over there. But just gotta scramble past this bridge. So through here, maybe through there, and then onwards. Part of the river with a very manageable depth. Oh, it's 8 o'clock or 7:48. Oh, my balls are so cold. But I need a dip. Oh, so nice. Yes. Oh my God. Very nice. Oh, that's good. Oh, it's getting a little hot. It's not too hot today. It's overcast, which is nice. It's a perfect day for being out on the river, in the water. In any case, oh, it's nice and cool. Oh, so good. I feel like I gotta wee. I don't want to whiz in the wetsuit because, well, I mean, it kind of stays inside, doesn't it? I mean, the wetsuit is meant to keep the water inside and heat it up with your body heat. And if you whiz inside your wetsuit, that's what you got inside your wetsuit. You whiz. Coming up on a pretty good samgyeopsal restaurant. Fire gyopsal, man. It's delicious. Absolutely delicious. And that stretch of the river is nice and deep. It's a wide stretch of the river. And I could just get out of the water and go have me some samgyeopsal. No. But that place is good. It's probably not open yet. It's only 8 o'clock. But getting a little hungry. There's a bunch of baby duckies right there. I drive past this area quite often. I forget the name, but I always wondered whether I could take the board on the river here, and it turns out that I can. So that's a nice thing, because I wasn't sure. So the restaurant is just coming up. It's gonna be like just around the corner, and past this little footbridge, which I assume I'm gonna have to scramble across or under, there's gonna be a nice big stretch of water. Decided on a little break, got this guy practicing his fly fishing. That's something you often see in Korea. But I mean, he should be in the river, shouldn't he? Like in the middle of it. In any case, look at this neighborhood. Man, this is a beautiful place. I'm so happy to be here. That's a big bridge coming up. Check out this wall. What a trip. I'm on my way down here, and there's a little overpass, and then beyond that I'm not that far away from the sea, I think. This is the map. Oh man, actually it looks like not too far away from the sea by the looks of it. So with the blue dot, that's me. I've got a little bit more. I guess I'm halfway through, no, more than half. I started over here, which was way too far up, but so that's where I'm gonna have to get myself back to. And you gotta remember, this spot is marked. That's where I should have started. I'll be sad to see this adventure come to an end. Let me tell you a bit on, I guess, the difference between rivers. So Taehwa River has got the whole point of an SUP is, in my view, getting it out on the ocean is boring as shit. It's like kayaking on the ocean. What is the point? I personally don't see the point. Kayaking is the most fun on the river, with bends and turns and possibly some rapids. It's a similar idea with SUPs, minus the rapids, because I assume that you would not be very, it wouldn't be a very conducive environment for an SUP, river with rapids. But a narrow river, or wide enough, like this one here, wide enough to navigate, but not too wide to make it feel like it's a bloody ocean, and the adventure is exciting and it's a lot of fun. The Taehwa River's got spots that are quite boring, I gotta admit. There's a stretch of the river in before I get to Mugodong that is boring as hell. This river, with the exception of that trekking part that I had to go through, is the most exciting. It's a better SUP adventure than Taehwa River so far, I gotta say, because it's got turns, it's got bends, and it's quiet. It's away from the city for the most part. Like, I get through some neighborhoods, but for the most part, man, the river is very quiet, and there's a lot of stuff happening. Coming up on some kind of footbridge here, but basically I'm gonna have to drop my board across here, and there's some boys fishing and they're standing in the water. I was having some issues, man. My camera was malfunctioning. I don't know why, but sometimes it craps out. Last year, a couple of years ago, it died entirely, and I thought it was garbage, and I purchased another one. Turned out it wasn't garbage, it just had to reset. But so sometimes it heats up, overheats, and then just dies. So I dunked it in the water, cooled it off a little bit, and recharged it, and hopefully it's working now. That guy just pulled out a fish. So there's some fish over here, but it seems like there's a footbridge or something, so I'm gonna go on the far end here on the right and see if I can swim through without having to dismount again. But I'm very close to the sea, So the adventure is almost over. I'm almost by Gina. Behind me you can see the bridge. It's sticking out in the air, and it's getting very hot. The sun is out, clouds have kind of subsided. Sun is out at the beach, and the river is tasting very salty. Very salty river. The river is not happy with me. The last part of the river, it's a huge stretch, man. Very big. It's kind of like Taehwa River. Not very exciting. Just huge stretch of water, and there's a bit of a breeze coming in from the sea, which is not great because it's blowing me right on the face. But so the board right now, I'm just drifting in one spot. I'm not being carried by the current at all. I'm kind of being pushed back into the river, which is not great, which is why I decided to sit down and paddle a little bit, sitting down. Oh, nice dip, and then I'm gonna continue on to my final stretch to the beach. Here we are, spilling into the sea. The last trip of this journey is a bit of a bumpy one. Or the last stretch of this journey is a bit of a bumpy one. It's wavy today, man. I need to get to that beach over there. There's some surfers there. Whoa. These waves, man. They're pretty high. So I made it here, barely saw the battery died on the way here. As you could see, that was my camera dying. One thing I didn't take into account was that everything's going to be ending up in